Look out over the terraced fields of Ishikawa Prefecture, and you can see how deeply tied this region's craftsmanship is to the land itself. In the world of premium sake, almost every modern brewery buys its rice from independent farmers. But there is a rare, closed-loop approach, where a brewery cultivates the soil, grows the rice, and ferments the sake all on a single estate. Today, Kuze Shuzoten stands as the only brewery in Japan that still practices this exact, continuous farm-to-bottle method. The practice started here in 1786. The founder, Kazeyomen, walked away from his family's shipping business to till his own fields. His reasoning was that to brew good sake, you must start with your own rice. Because of that decision, Kuze Shuzoten operates less like a manufacturing facility and more like a self-sustaining agricultural ecosystem. The anchor of that ecosystem is a proprietary strain of sake rice known as Chosei-mai. You won't find it growing anywhere else. The Kuze family spent over 2 centuries selectively breeding these stocks, isolating the specific genetic traits needed for their vats. Biologically, Chosei-mai grains develop an exceptionally large central starch core, or shinpaku. This provides a high concentration of starch while minimizing the proteins and fats that can cause off flavors during fermentation. The resulting profile is so refined that the ruling Maeda clan of the local Kaga domain officially named it the sake of longevity. By maintaining total control from the soil upward, the brewmaster understands exactly how each year's harvest will behave during every step of the brewing process. 230 years of quiet, continuous stability was broken on January 1, 2024, when the Noto Peninsula Earthquake struck. The physical toll on the estate was severe. Kuze's historic storehouse, originally built in 1886, collapsed, burying their vital manufacturing equipment under heavy rubble. The damage extended far beyond the brewhouse. As luxury traditional inns across the Noto region were forced to close their doors, Kuze faced a massive recall of their existing inventory. Standing amid the wreckage, Yoshihiro Kuze, the 9th-generation owner and head brewmaster, stated that he could not let the brewery of his ancestors end there. To rebuild from an existential threat of this scale, Yoshihiro relied on the manual, sensory techniques that define the Noto Toji tradition. Inside the brewhouse, Yoshihiro and his team avoid large-scale automation in favor of meticulous manual labor. Their immediate challenge is the physical structure of their prized Chosei-mai rice. The dense grain has a notably low water absorption rate, making the initial soaking process difficult to manage. This diagram shows the technique they use to manage this grain, the dual water method. First, heavily mineralized hard water from an in-house well activates the yeast, producing a crisp, robust brew known as male sake. Switching to soft spring water at the perfect moment promotes a gentler fermentation, creating the mellow qualities of a female sake. There are no automated sensors to trigger this switch. The timing is determined entirely by the brewmaster's physical assessment of the koji and steamed rice. By manually balancing these 2 different water sources, the Kuze craftsmen turn a difficult grain into a finished sake that combines a sharp, dry finish with deep umami. That same focus on regional preservation guided Yoshihiro's response to the disaster outside his walls. He initiated a joint brewing support network across the peninsula. Despite facing his own recovery, Yoshihiro opened his surviving tanks and presses to neighboring brewers whose facilities were destroyed, prioritizing the region's collective survival. This shared labor kept classic regional brands like Notoji in production, maintaining the supply chain for the region's remaining luxury inns. To fund their reconstruction, Kuze Shuzoten utilized a reserve of vintage, aged sake, some of which had been stored for 30 years and remained intact through the tremors. They also expanded production of commercial fermented pickling bases, utilizing the residual sake lees left over from the brewing process to ensure zero agricultural waste. Kuze Shuzoten's actions demonstrate that a 230-year-old tradition endures when it serves as the foundation for its surrounding community and its shared cultural legacy.